All right. So the first thing I want to talk about is why does it matter? Like, why do the tweets of a corporate executive matter? And so, Ben, you're always my go to person on securities in the SEC because even though I teach SecReg, I find that you are always more up to speed on it, mainly because of your clinic and other things. Like, you're way more in the weeds. So, like, why does it matter to the SEC when a random guy like Elon Musk tweets as a public stunt?
Oh, of course. So Elon Musk is, he's a random guy, but he's also the CEO of a publicly traded company. So there are millions of Tesla shares on the market, and at every moment that the shares are actively trading, investors are trying to decide whether they should buy the shares, sell the shares, if they want to hold on to them. And the kind of information that the CEO puts out into the world has a real impact on how investors make those decisions. So the SEC has always been very focused on how companies speak to the public about what's going on with the company. So it's not just Twitter where this is a concern. It's all of social media. There's a relatively famous, and I say famous in the narrow world of securities law professors, example from Facebook. A few years ago, Netflix put out a Facebook post saying that they had just crossed over, 1 billion hours of viewing. And the SEC sent them a notice saying that they were going to investigate that. Why are they telling this to the public through Facebook instead of through the disclosure system that's set up for public companies? So that's really it's been a long time concern for the SEC about how information is shared. And just to sort of close the loop on Netflix, that enforcement proceeding didn't really go anywhere because there's nothing, and we'll talk a lot more about this later, I'm sure, really material about crossing from 1 billion hours minus one to 1 billion hours. It wasn't that big of a deal. But generally speaking, the SEC is keeping an eye on how companies are speaking to the public about what's going on.